Good morning. Let's get right into it. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. It is the morning run. Because while everybody is chasing headlines, Colorado is over here building something. And if you're paying attention, they're doing it in a way that a lot of people didn't expect. Here's another recruit weekend, and Colorado does it again. Every time folks say Colorado can't recruit without Travis Hunter, without Shedeur Sanders, every time folks say Colorado can't recruit without the celebrity factor, Coach Prime and that staff just keeps stacking weekends. Another successful recruiting weekend took place. Went into it with 10, going to come out of it with about 16 or 17 commits. Another group of talented folks headed to Boulder. Another reminder that what started as a movement is becoming a program. And that's the part that folks keep missing. See, hype gets a kid on campus. A program gets him committed. Anybody can create excitement. Not everybody can create belief. And right now, young men from all over this country are looking at Colorado and saying, I can see myself there. That's different because eventually the cameras leave. Eventually the headlines stop. Eventually, all that's left is development, relationships, culture, and results. Colorado continues to bring talented young men to Boulder because they believe in what they're seeing, not what they're hearing, what they are seeing. And that's why these weekends keep producing these results. Let's have the three-star conversation. Now, let me make some people uncomfortable here because college football has become addicted to stars. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Everybody's chasing stars. Everybody chasing rankings. Everybody chasing social media graphics. But here's my question. If stars are everything, why are NFL rosters filled with former 3-star players? Why do we constantly see overlooked players becoming All-Americans? Why do we see guys nobody wanted become Sunday players? It's because development and coaching still matters. Let me say that again. Coaching still matters. Culture still matters. Work ethic still matters. Prime appears to be building something that many people have forgotten. He's identifying players with upside, players with hunger, players with something to prove. And let's be honest, a lot of times those 3-star and 4-star kids come with something a 5-star doesn't. Gratitude, appreciation, a chip on their shoulder. Because they remember who called first. They remember who first believed. They remember who offered first. See, when Colorado offers you before everybody else knows your name, that matters. When Colorado says yes while everybody else is saying maybe, that matters. When Colorado believes before the SEC schools even show up, that matters. Because every young man remembers who was with them when nobody else was. And that's where loyalty starts. But we'll come back to loyalty. Because what we're faced with right now is the come see me in Boulder effect. Here's the thing. People still want to talk about recruiting like it's 1998, talking about sitting on mama's couch, eating a plate, shaking dad's hand. And yes, relationships matter. But recruiting has changed. These kids want to see it for themselves. Their parents want to see it from themselves. They want to walk through the facilities. They want to sit in the meeting rooms. They want to experience the culture. They want to see the mountains. They want to see the campus. They want to see the things they've seen on Reach the People and Well Off Media and the Pregame Network. To see the city, they want to feel the energy. And what keeps happening? Kids who come to Boulder keep choosing Boulder. Not because somebody told them to, because they want to. Think about that now. Colorado doesn't have to sell the dream from your living room. The dream is sitting in Boulder waiting for you to come see it. That's powerful. Postcard powerful, because that's what it looks like when you get there. It looks like a postcard. Because eventually mama ain't going to practice. Mama ain't lifting weights. Mama ain't watching film. Mama ain't sitting in position meetings. The player is. So let the player see where he'll spend the next 3 or 4 years. And that's not on mama's couch. The fact that these recruits keep making their way to Boulder tells me everything I need to know. The product is speaking for itself. Now let's pivot and let's go over to Cleveland for a second, the Browns, because the silence is getting loud, real loud. I'm talking to you, Cleveland media. Remember all those conversations? Remember all those takes, all those articles? Remember all the people telling us Dillon Gabriel was clearly ahead? Remember all the people saying Gabriel was the safer pick, the smarter pick, the better prospect? Okay, fair enough. But where's that conversation now? Because if Dillon Gabriel was that much better, why has everything gotten so quiet? See, Cleveland media needs to make a decision. Either Dillon Gabriel shouldn't have been drafted where he was, or Shedeur Sanders has made exponential gains in a very short amount of time. Because both things can't be true. You can't spend months telling us there's a huge gap between the two players, then suddenly talking about when the gap disappears. You can't be loud doing one part of the story and silent doing the other. The silence is talking and people hear it. This is not like a demand for QB1. Nobody's asking for a crown. Nobody's asking for a statue. People are asking for consistency. Evaluate players, both players, the same way. Use the same standards. Apply the same criteria. Ask the same questions. Speak at the same volume. Because football fans notice when the rules suddenly change. And trust me, the silence is getting louder day by day. And that brings me to my final thought, a word I touched on earlier, loyalty. Everybody talks about loyalty. Everybody wants loyalty. Everybody demands loyalty. Coaches want loyal players. Players want loyal coaches. Friends want loyal friends. Families want loyal family members. But here's the truth, y'all. Most people don't actually want loyalty. They want convenience. Because loyalty costs you something. It's easy to support somebody when they're winning. It's easy to answer the phone when they're successful. It's easy to stand next to somebody when the cameras are rolling. The real test comes when the lights go off. The real test comes when things get difficult, when the record ain't pretty, when the money ain't flowing, when the spotlight moves somewhere else. That's where loyalty lives. See, everybody wants to ride in the parade, but very few people want to help pull that wagon. And life has a funny way exposing who's who. The people who only call when they need something, that ain't loyalty. The people who disappear when things get difficult, that ain't loyalty. The people who can't celebrate your success because they're jealous of it, that damn sure ain't loyalty. Loyalty is checking on somebody when you don't need anything. Loyalty is defending somebody in rooms they aren't standing in. Loyalty is remembering who believed in you before everybody else did. And maybe that's why Colorado's approach makes so much sense. Because when a school believes in a young man before the rest of the country catches on, that young man remembers. When a coach says yes before everybody else says yes, that young man remembers. When somebody stands with you while everybody else is still evaluating you, that young man remembers. That's loyalty. And here's the hardest truth of all. Sometimes the people you've done the most for will disappoint you the most. Don't let it make you bitter. Let it make you wiser. Because life isn't about having the biggest circle. It's about identifying the right circle. The people who show up, the people who keep their word, the people who don't change when your situation changes. Those are your people. So this morning, take inventory. Not of who talks about loyalty, but take inventory of your circle and who demonstrates it. Because talk is cheap, but being is expensive. And the people willing to pay that price, those are the people you keep close. Hey, it's Uncle Neely, and that is your Morning Wood. You know but the deal. You know it's no coffee needed. You know where to find us on the Pregame Network. Check us out on the Morning Run with Big Dog Chico. Much love and appreciation, and you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe, because we out.